Near Atlanta, but they did not grow up as Falcons fans in the Heineke household. They were Packers fans. Dad's from Wisconsin. Cordero Patterson is the deep man, averaging nearly 30 yards per kickoff return in his career. In fact, only Gale Sayers in the history of the National Football League has a better kick return average than Cordero Patterson. He'll bring it out from anywhere, but he won't bring it out here as it goes through the end zone for the touchback. And out on the field comes Matt Ryan, 14th year in the league, 5-0 in his career against the Washington football team, averaging nearly 260 yards per game.
And if anybody's going to right this ship for Atlanta, it's Matt Ryan. He impressed upon us the details, the urgency on this opening drive. Let's see what they have. Obviously, Kyle Pitts in at tight end, and that's not a receiver in the backfield. That's Cordero Patterson, who's playing running back.
And he'll get the carry on first down, and Patterson able to hop through a hole and picks up 6 to the 31. John Bostic on the tackle. Jake Matthews, 115th straight start at left tackle today. Big day for this offensive line against a really good defensive front for Washington. And Kyle Pitts is today the day, Mark Sanchez, that Kyle Pitts, the rookie from Florida, gets his first touchdown.
Well, if you're a fantasy team owner, I think you'd hope to say absolutely yes, Kevin. But they got him in motion here. Let's see what they do. Maybe a quick screen.
Ryan looking that direction. It is a quick toss, not to Pitts, but to Patterson, very close to the first down. Cole Holcomb on the stop. Chase Young, speaking of first, he's looking for his first sack of the year, the reigning AP Defensive Rookie of the Year, helping out on that defensive line. You see the three linebackers, Davis in the middle, the rookie from Kentucky. And in that defensive backfield, Kendall Fuller, Landon Collins, a couple of veterans back there to help out that secondary. Third down and 1. Ryan will give it to Smith, and fighting forward for the first down. Keith Smith, first contact from Chase Young, and then he flopped forward to move the chains.
And you know me, last week it was C.J. Ham. This week it's Keith Smith, or like we like to call him, Beef. He was just beef to us. No more Keith, but a great job falling forward and just moving that pile on that third down. The key is on these drives, these opening drives, you got to get the first down, and they've been so poor on third and short. It's good to see them come out to a fast start.
And poor on opening drives. You saw that number. Opening drive touchdowns allowed on each and every opening drive this season. All of those drives 70 yards or more. Toss play. Mike Davis trying to get to the edge, and Davis is tripped up near the 38-yard line.
And Matt Ryan, you heard him say can. What that means, Kev, he's just throwing that play in the trash can. He's going up with 2 plays. He could toss that ball either side. And he saw the safety rotate down to his right side. He said, can, throw that play in the trash can, fellas. We're going to the left.
Second down and 8. Atlanta overall has won 6. Ryan off play action. Good strike thrown, and Calvin Ridley's first catch gets a first down to the Washington 49. A pickup of 13 before Kendall Fuller got the stop.
And we love these mags and stings. These are the hard play action. Watch the entire O-line and their low pad level. Just a quick flash fake to hold 26 right here. And Matt Ryan fits that ball in right behind his ear. And those are trust throws. Remember, Matt Ryan was talking about that. Sometimes you don't see where that receiver's going. You know where he's heading, but you got to throw it in front of a defender and find the right window. Well executed by Matt Ryan.
From the Washington 49 on first down. This is Davis, a hole on the left side, and Davis pushing forward for 9 before Deron Payne can make the stop. Good run on first for Mike Davis.
And this defensive line, they need to get active today. Obviously, they got Matt Ioannidis back, big 98, and that was a huge point of emphasis for Jack Del Rio. He said he makes those outside guys, the big name guys, Montez Sweat and Chase Young, he makes them better with his relentless effort and his push in the interior of the pocket.
Spot it. Hey, we're good, spot. Hey.
He's going to stay with the run here. They're running down to the bottom of your screen.
Second down, it's Davis. Davis met, and again, second effort gets Mike Davis the first down.
And you heard Matt Ryan. That's the beauty of being up in the booth now. We got those guys down on the field. Thank you down on the field for catching all that sound for us. But when he says spot it, a spot it call is basically telling the offensive line, hey man, we're going to account for this guy in the box, this extra guy in the box. We're going to leave somebody free on the backside and take our chances that he's too far away on the backside of the play to chase down this run.
Hayden Hurst, the motion man on first down. Ryan throws, good catch by Pitts. Oh, he fit that into a tight window, did Matt Ryan, and the fingertip grab by Pitts picks up 16.
Matt Ryan almost missed this window. Great extension and concentration. Look at, to be a great pass catcher, it's eyes and it's fingertips. But watch him hold these backers, and he almost missed that window right there. Great job squeezing it in by Matt Ryan.
And now Felipe Franks in for the first time at quarterback. Second game he's been active this year. Franks will keep, and on first down, Franks down near the 20-yard line. John Bostic on the tackle. We saw him last week for the first time. He's starting to play kind of a Taysom Hill role for Atlanta.
He really is, and right there he's just running a version of triple option out of the pistol when the halfback's aligned behind the quarterback and the quarterback's in shotgun. He's reading that defensive end. Now, that's not an easy job now when the coach says, hey, quarterback, number 90, Montez Sweat, that big pass rusher, hey, figure it out. You navigate him. That was never my favorite position to be in.
No, I imagine not. Second and 7. Ryan will step away from pressure to the sideline. Open man is Calvin Ridley. And Ridley sets up Atlanta with a first and goal at the 5, a pickup of 16.
And tons of space outside for Ridley to work. You see him right there.
Offense, number 77.
But a hold is going to bring this one back, Mark Sanchez. A hold on the rookie Jalen Mayfield, who struggled in week 1. Watch the hold.
And there it is on Ioannidis. Excuse me, that was Tuhill. Excuse me, Casey Tuhill.
Either way, it's a hold, and it ruins a 16-yard play, ruins a first and goal situation, and now 2nd and 17 back at the Washington 31. Ryan, quick toss, and again, he just fit that one into such a tight window. The catch for Tajay Sharp, his 3rd of the year.
And watch Landon Collins right here. It's his job to get in this zone from the backside. He's kind of creeping in that zone. He's a little late to protect it. Look at inside leverage from the DB in the slot. That's giving them too much room. You see Landon Collins clapping his hands right after that play, knowing he's got to get there quickly. A 14-year veteran like Matt Ryan will make you pay.
3rd down and 10. Ryan with time. Nobody open. Now throws on the run, and it's Pitts with the catch. First and goal, Atlanta. Pitts out of bounds at the 9.
And all that communication that we saw in practice on Friday. I mean, these guys didn't take more than 10 or 12 seconds away from each other, Kev. They were all over each other in practice, and Matt Ryan was continued to talk to Pitts and remind him all the information he needs without overloading him. Excellent job by Pitts, knowing that Ryan's going to extend the play and keep his route going.
Matt Ryan said Kyle's a sponge when we were talking with him after practice on Friday. Here's Davis trying to get to the edge, and Davis tripped up by Bobby McCain. Let's go back to the young tight end, the rookie Kyle Pitts. He is a guy who they've used, Mark, almost as much as a wide receiver as a tight end. He's really a true hybrid in that role.
No doubt. And, you know, Washington, their defense put out an APB on this guy. All points bulletin, find number 8, know where he is, because he is deadly, especially down in the red zone.
2nd and goal. Washington's allowed an opening drive touchdown in every game. Ryan looking on the run for the end zone, and that one out of the back of the end zone, and brings up a pivotal 3rd and goal early. This has been a long Atlanta drive. Washington hoping to hold them to 3.
Well, Matt Ryan, he felt quarters coverage. He thought they might have a chance underneath to his left side. You heard him make a flipper call. That's just flipping the protection. Remind the offensive line, hey, we're going one way, let's flip it the other way, keep us protected just in case they decide to pressure. But right now, I'd like to see number 8 work the middle of the field, work one of these inside backers, try and get him a mismatch right there in the middle of the field with a linebacker on him.
3rd and goal. Ryan looking for the end zone, too tall for Kyle Pitts. He was going right where you said he should go, Mark, and he just threw it a little too tall.
They tried it, and they showed Kyle Pitts, listen, hey, you're going to be one-on-one with this backer on the inside. You got to make your move on him, and Matt Ryan basically is trying to throw him a ball in the low block. Think basketball. He's just trying to lob one into like a Shaquille O'Neal type player, and he just missed a little high, a little conservative on the throw by Matt Ryan, but no problem. They're walking away with 3 points. He knows it's his guy or nobody in the back of the end zone.
Younghoe Koo hit the game winner against the Giants last week. This from 25, and Atlanta on the board first. First time this year Atlanta has scored on an opening drive. They put 3 on the board. Washington's 3 interceptions this season.
Hold up, did you see number 22 catch that last ball?
It was a heck of a catch.
That guy was like 6'7". In high school, he drove up to the game with his wife and kids. What was that all about? Well, I need to talk to Taylor Heineke about all the players he got into.
You're saying there were ringers there?
I don't know. That looked a little fishy to me.
DeAndre Carter from the 5 for Washington. And Carter fights his way through a tackle at the 30 and down just shy of the 35-yard line. So here comes Taylor Heineke. Fitzpatrick out, Heineke into the starting role, and in his career as a Washington starter, this includes playoffs where he's over 300 yards and had a touchdown in the playoff game a year ago for Washington. 212 yards, 2 scores, 2 picks last week in a loss at Buffalo.
And their offensive coordinator said he loves his gamesmanship, the way he can show up when the lights turn on and flip a switch.
Curtis Samuel in the lineup for the first time this year. You saw him in motion. This is Antonio Gibson. There was some concern about his health coming into today. Good burst on that first carry. And they're thrilled to have him in the lineup. Speaking of lineups, how about the lineup for the Washington football team? You see that offensive line that was working in front of Heineke and Brandon Sheriff on the right side of the line at right guard. He was injured last week, had a chest injury. He's back out there today at the right guard position. Empty backfield on 2nd down and 3. This is Samuel in motion. Heineke looks off Samuel, pass deflected and incomplete. Fortunate for Washington, it didn't hang in the air for Eric Harris, who was closing in.
And just a miss by Heineke, high and behind his receiver. For those guys, listen, when you're running a slant route, any balls over the middle, they prefer that throw numbers and lower. Keep that thing nice and low so they can avoid impact after making a catch like that. Taylor Heineke's got to tighten up those mechanics.
3rd and 3. Washington's been terrible on 3rd down this year. Heineke's throw is caught, and there's Samuel's first catch with Washington, and he gets a first down. We expect him to be on a pitch count, 25 to 35 plays, but he moves the chains here.
And watch him coming from the outside of your screen, slamming on the brakes. They're going to have a corner route over the top. And really, Heineke knows in zone like that, he's manipulating defenders. You saw that little hint with his shoulder, that quick little fake. He was going through his progression and did a great job manipulating defenders with his eyes.
On 1st down, Gibson to the edge, tripped up by Deion Jones after a couple. There's still time to enter. Fox Super 6 is giving you a chance at $100,000 of Terry Bradshaw's money. It's free to play. Enter now and pick 6 outcomes from today's game for your chance at $100,000. Scan the QR code, download the app, and play for free. First time this year Washington hasn't gone 3 and out on an opening drive.
Hey, 54 is mine.
Brought an extra lineman in, Schweitzer in as an extra lineman on the left side to the bottom of your screen. Heineke off play action sets up the screen for Gibson, who got off the deck, and Gibson unable to get too far. Harris and Oluwakan there to make the stop. And for the first time today, we head to Los Angeles. Check in with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. The 3-0 Panthers taking on the Cowboys, 3rd and goal.
To hand the Panthers their first loss and continue their strong early play. 3rd and 5 for Washington.
Pressure off the top.
Heineke floating it for McLaurin, and he let him a little too far. Had an opening, just couldn't drop it in, and the punt team comes on for Washington.
Now, when you're playing against Dean Pease like this, he'll give you some of these looks on third down where he's going to go single high and man you up across the board, and you got to win a one-on-one matchup. He had his wide out. You see him right there, disappointed in himself and his lack of accuracy on that last play. When you get those opportunities, you got to capitalize because they won't be there again.
Avery Williams on the return to the 14-yard line. Atlanta will start deep in their own end. 3-0 Falcons late. Potentially a big loss here for the Washington football team, Mark Sanchez. Logan Thomas on this play, watch here, pulls up and immediately says, I'm leaving, I'm going to the sidelines, in obvious pain and really frustrated when he gets to the sideline.
And that'll be a big blow for this offense. He's accounted for 12 catches, 117 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Taylor Heineke needs this kid to help his game.
First down, it's Patterson who gets the carry from the 14-yard line, pushes the pile for 4 to the 18.
I mean, they can't afford to have any losses like that. They're finally getting healthy with Curtis Samuel, who's finally got a catch. I mean, they got to get these guys in and play together to get some sort of consistency on offense, or else it makes it tough, you know, with this, turnstile door of players that keep coming in and out for Taylor Heineke. He can't get in a rhythm.
And it's an offense that's only scored 3 total points in the first quarter this year. They need all the weapons they can get out there. 2nd and 6 at the 18-yard line. Ryan to the air for Patterson with blockers in front. Cordero Patterson chased down by Chase Young. At the 29-yard line, it'll be a first down and a pickup of 11.
And watch this quick screen. Watch Cordero Patterson right here getting phase with the offensive lineman. Watch the right tackle. Boom, they're going to phase out, get in front, just follow the cavalry up front, and an excellent job of just sidestepping one defender and getting up inside of that, up the sidewalk, which is right up the inside edge of the numbers there. That's the landmark you want to hit on these screens for them to roll.
Play fake for Ryan. Open is Ridley. Ball slips in and out of his hands. It was stripped out by Bobby McCain. Cole Holcomb on top of it. Is it a catch fumble? The officials are going to confer.
This is exactly what happened on that pivotal third down with the Giants later in the early in the game, last week.
It's an incomplete pass, 2nd down.
And an incomplete pass.
And they had this same kind of scare last week. He knows he's going to get hit. When you work inside in traffic like that, you're going to get hit. They get the suck from the linebackers inside right here. They know it. And Matt Ryan tries to slow him down with the ball. He does a great job of slowing him down and giving the receiver a catchable ball. Nice, easy ball to catch for him to catch and get down.
2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line. Davis in trouble in the backfield. Cole Holcomb. Penetration to blow up the run game, a 3-yard loss.
Ended up bringing the house on that. A serious gamble by the Washington football team on defense. They brought everybody they had. You see the center try and take 2 guys, and he had no chance on that. There were too many for Matt Hennessy and Jalen Mayfield to try and pass off. They just had a defensive team meeting in the backfield there. There's no way to play right there.
So now a 3rd and 13 for Atlanta. Ryan with the pocket collapsing. That pass deflected. Ryan gets shoved to the turf. It's 4th down. Atlanta will punt. Before they do, we check in with Carissa Thompson for a game break.
Thanks, Kevin. Chiefs looking to snap that 2-game losing streak.
Carter back awaiting the punt. Cameron Nizelek averaging 45 yards per punt on the year. Short punt. It'll bounce away from Carter. Takes a nice roll for Atlanta and dies at the 29-yard line. Matt Ryan with that pocket collapsing. Chase Young introducing himself to the veteran.
And Jack Del Rio on that 2nd down hits him with an all-out pressure. On this 3rd down, he says, hey, I want my 2 bell cows right on the same side. I want to stress this right side of the line, and I need Matt Ioannidis to pressure the pocket inside to allow these pick games and rush games to work for us. But he essentially said, we're going 5-on-5, mano-y-mano up front Our guys versus yours. We're banking on winning.
An interesting loop by Chase Young that allowed him a path to Matt Ryan there at the end of the play. First down carry for Gibson. And Gibson out near the 35-yard line as we go downstairs and check in with Laura Oakman.
As you see, Logan Thomas is not in on this series. Ever since we saw him come off the field, he's been getting that right hamstring worked on the entire time. Just came out of the blue tent, has been running up and down the sideline, but doesn't have his helmet, and anyone asks him how he's doing, I just keep seeing shaking his head. Officially, he is questionable.
And standing now with hands on hips and no helmet, as Laura mentioned, near the midfield stripe on second down. Here's Samuel trying to get it going out of the backfield, and Samuel with a first down. 2 catches for Curtis Samuel. He's moved the chains on both catches.
That's a great thing for Taylor Heineke to have his guy back, Curtis Samuel. I mean, they paid this kid in the offseason, 3 years, $35 million, and he's been unavailable. Now that he's back, since he's on a pitch count, according to their coach, right? That means every time he gets in, you better find him. He's probably getting the rock, Kev.
Or at least a very effective decoy. De'Ami Brown, the motion man. Heineke, quick toss. There's McLaurin. Good hands for McLaurin, and that had a little smoke on it from Taylor Heineke, a 9-yard gain.
Fit in a great ball here. Just a quick little RPO, essentially run pass option, and they're moving the linebackers with the play fake.
Longest play of the day for Washington on 2nd and 1. Gibson picks his way to Falcons territory. He's got a first down at the 45-yard line. Atlanta struck first on the 15-play opening drive. They had to settle for a field goal, but Washington finding a little momentum late in this first quarter as we head to the second in a 3-0 game. A 5-yard drive that ended in the only points in the quarter. Washington starting to get it going. From the 45 of Atlanta on first down, Heineke on the roll. Looking downfield, going to have to try to move the football, and he is hit hard by Oluokun. Lost about a half yard. Let's go back to 2018. His first start when he was a member of the Carolina Panthers was against these same Atlanta Falcons. The Old Dominion product ended up on the short end of the stick, a 24-10 win for Atlanta. Obviously a disappointing day for Taylor Heineke. His first start, 274 yards, a touchdown, 3 interceptions that day, but he's grown a lot since that 2018 start against the Falcons, and a chance to start against them here today. J.D. McKissick with the second down carry to the 42-yard line, and before a big third down for Taylor Heineke, back to Los Angeles, Carissa Thompson with a game break.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Panthers trailing 7-0 in Dallas. Darnold.
See quarterbacks, they can all run really, really well.
I think they just say they're straight-up ballers.
Is that what they say?
I'm not 100% positive, though.
3rd and 7 at the 42-yard line. Pressure coming, picked up by McKissick. Heineke has some room to run. Can he get to the first down? He slides forward, and they'll mark him just short by a yard. Jones and Harris in pursuit. Heineke a yard shy.
Watch this pickup late by McKissick right here. Kicking out a DB. Watch this. He finds it late. Bam. Creates the lane for Heineke. Heineke's just got to pay attention to those sticks out there. He slid just a little bit too early. I love that he was going for it head first, but he's got to be careful and be aware of those sticks. We'll be right back after this.
Fourth down and 1. Ron Rivera says we're going for it. They're 4 for 5 on 4th down this year. It's been a good down for the Washington football team, but after the scramble by Heineke ends up short, the offense stays on the field.
I love his ability to run the read option. If they do it up top, he's going to be reading this guy off the edge.
It's Gibson. Penetration in the backfield from Grady Jarrett. Got him around the ankles. And a turnover on downs. Outstanding play by the 2-time Pro Bowler.
And watch him knife in from the top of your screen. They had it set up perfectly. He's got the give read. He makes the right read there. And too much leakage up front, interior, to get around Gibson's ankles. And that's big Grady Jarrett. That's what they need from him.
We'll be right back after this message. From first down, Atlanta to the air. Hayden Hurst run out by Holcomb. Out of bounds near the 41-yard line. Let's go back to the 4th down play one more time, Mark.
And check this out. Here comes Grady Jarrett right here on the left side of your screen. Watch the swim move and get in the backfield right there. Excellent job of his technique, understanding down and distance, knowing he had to make a quick move and a quick decision once he penetrated into the backfield like that.
Speaking of the backfield, in the backfield for Atlanta, Wayne Gallman, who's been inactive in all 3 games this year. First carry for the former Giant, and Gallman dragging Landon Collins into Washington territory at the 49-yard line.
And he says, hey, I'm done dressing in street clothes, coach. I need my cleats, I need my helmet, let me lace it up. Let me go mix it up with this Washington football team. I'm ready, give me the rock.
And he took his former teammate Landon Collins for a little ride there at the end of the play. Hits in motion.
3 tight ends in the game.
And a flag is thrown.
False start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's Jalen Mayfield again. Now the roof is open here in Atlanta today, and this was something to get used to even for the home team in warmups. Matt Ryan looking into the light, Kyle Pitts. This has got to be something these quarterbacks and receivers don't always have to take into account when they play here, Mark.
They sure do, and it's they're just trying to get a feel for it early in the game, lob some balls up into that light to make sure the receivers are adjusted.
Ryan to the sideline. That's Hayden Hurst tiptoeing to the 42-yard line. Landon Collins shoving him out. The roof is open, Laura, and is it raining indoors?
It's like you felt that weather report coming. I was going to say, along with the light, they are dealing with some rain. Light drizzle earlier, but it's raining a little bit harder now, and we're expecting this for the first half.
It's so odd to be at an indoor stadium with the roof open and rain falling.
I'm new to this whole deal, and I don't want to be too critical now, but I'm sure that roof was awfully expensive, and if I knew there's going to be any kind of drizzle just to keep Laura dry, let alone the players, I'd have that thing closed.
All right. Logan Ryan looking deep downfield. Matt Ryan finding Cordero Patterson, and Patterson's got a touchdown. Ryan to Patterson, 42 yards. And the Falcons have a 9-0 lead.
Watch the anticipation of Matt Ryan. They say, hey, safeties, come bite some of that cheese. This is Kyle Pitts. And there goes Cordero Patterson. Is he a running back? Is he a receiver? Who knows? The bottom line is he's in the end zone doing the dirty bird.
The first pass play that goes over 20 air yards this year for Atlanta, and Matt Ryan with his 5th touchdown pass of the season.
Matt Ryan fired up, and he loved it because he anticipated this throw so early. Well done and well placed by Matt Ryan. We'll be back after this.
Matt Ryan looking up into the sky, seeing his first completion of 20 air yards or more go for 42 and a touchdown.
I think he's wondering the same thing I was wondering.
Why is it raining in an indoor stadium?
Is that roof open? Who left the sunroof open?
DeAndre Carter tripped up. The ball popping out. Atlanta has the football. Dorian Etheridge recovering a fumble by DeAndre Carter on the kickoff return. Carter saying he's down. Let's see.
Keith Smith. There's our guy, Beef. He got awfully animated. He thought he caused the fumble, but it looks like he's down.
Watch the left knee.
The runner was down. His elbow hit down before the ball came loose. First down.
It's a right call, and a good job by the crew assessing that quickly with replay and keeping the flow of the game.
It's one of the things they can do this year is replay can look at it and let the crew on the field know, hey, this is what it is. Keeps the flow going, keeps the play going, keeps the game moving. Washington, though, down 10-0 after the Matt Ryan touchdown to Cordero Patterson. And now 1st and 10 at the 23 after a near miss on the fumble. Heineke off play fake. rolls to the right side. Ricky Seals-Jones with a catch and out of bounds at the 27-yard line.
And it's clear what Scott Turner's trying to do for his quarterback. He's the offensive coordinator for the Washington football team. He's just trying to stack completions for Taylor Heinicke before this game gets away from him. That opening drive, they tried a couple drop-back balls. They tried the slant. They tried the goal ball from the slot. And it looked like he was just unsettled a little bit. So he said, you know what, we're going to get our quarterback on the run. We're going to give him some easy pitch and catches and just give him a chance to get in a rhythm. I love what they're doing.
Heinicke with protection. Flag down as he completes the pass to De'Ami Brown. And Brown out near the 45-yard line before he's tripped up by Fabian Moreau. And we'll see about the flag.
Pass interference, defense, number 22. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a first down.
De'Ami Brown working on Fabian Moreau, former Washington football player there. Let's see, just a little too much around the collar, it looked like. Inconsequential.
Heinicke setting up that screen to Samuel. Samuel not finding a lot of running room there. Excellent work. Deion Jones and Eric Harris both there to make the stop. Back downstairs we go to Laura Oakman.
Two big losses right now in the field. Logan Thomas, when he was shaking his head, he knew what he was talking about. He has been ruled out for the rest of the game. Defensively for the Falcons, Isaiah Oliver was carted off in that last defensive possession. His return is doubtful with a knee injury.
Couple of big losses. Isaiah Oliver, we had seen him out there in the nickel. He'd been switched last year from the outside corner to the slot corner. Big part of that Falcons defense. 2nd and 11. Heinicke over the middle to McLaurin. Rips it away and a first down at the 35-yard line. Jalen Hawkins was right there and McLaurin just took it from him to pick up 21.
And watch this route down at the bottom of your screen. Here goes 17. I'd like to see him come a little bit tighter on that. They got away with one there. I'd like to see him flatten that route at the top because the safety's almost there. He's so close to making that play, Jalen Hawkins. If they bleed that route up the field anymore vertically, he's going to be in a world of hurt. That thing might be going the other way.
Wes Schweitzer, the former Falcon, in as an extra offensive lineman for Washington. They run behind him with Gibson. And Gibson to the 33-yard line. Picks up 2. Deion Jones on the tackle.
They're going to have to get creative without Logan Thomas in this run game and in the passing game. There's going to be a lot of players up that you haven't seen a ton. We saw John Bates get in there, mix it up at the tight end spot at number 87. This is where you get into your contingency plans and your backup plans when you lose such a dominant player on offense.
Taylor Heinicke starting to find his rhythm a little bit, Mark. 4 for 4 on the drive for 42 yards. 4-man rush. Heinicke looking to the sideline, in and out of the hands of Ricky Seals-Jones. Hawkins on the coverage. Not a badly thrown ball by Heinicke. Seals-Jones had a chance to pull that one in.
It's a great ball. This is exactly where you want it. It's your guy or nobody. He's going to cut it off from flying out of bounds. And these are the plays that they need. Oh, getting away with a little hold there. Looks like Jalen Hawkins got away with a little hold right there.
3rd down and 8. Heinicke looking for it all. McLaurin in the end zone. He's got it. It's a touchdown. 33 yards. Heinicke to McLaurin. And Washington's on the board.
And Harris, he's playing the deep half of the field. He's got to be over the top. You see him coming at the screen right here. Watch him up top. He's playing that deep half. Dean Pease is just, he's got to be kicking himself right now, saying, guys, when we're playing too deep like that, we got to stay over the top. We got to help our cornerback out on the edge. We can't let one go over the top. That's a cheap one that they let get away from him.
Outstanding drive, though, for Washington and Taylor Heinicke. Terry McLaurin fired up his 2nd touchdown catch of the year. A fantastic story and show of support from his team. Rivera Strong on the back of all the Washington football team helmets today. As Washington on the board with the touchdown pass to Terry McLaurin, ready to kick this one off. Cordero Patterson, the deep man for Atlanta. Here he comes, 1 yard deep. Patterson looking for a crease. Patterson tripped up just shy of the 25-yard line. Well, at the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, some cancer screenings declined by 90%. Now, doctors are diagnosing later stage cancers which could have been detected sooner. Don't wait. Remind a loved one and talk to your doctor about getting screened. It takes all of us to intercept cancer. Visit NFL.com/crucial catch to learn more.
GG.
On first down from the 23-yard line, a flag down and movement's going to make it 1st and 15.
False start. Offense, number 87. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And Laura Oakman, we've all been impacted by the awful scourge that is cancer. The support Ron Rivera has received has meant so much to him.
So much, and every cancer survivor will get this. He said those days leading up to his annual were so tough. There was such relief getting a negative biopsy. He's still in recovery, so needs a few months before he feels like himself. But what he's appreciated, guys checking on him. How you feeling? You're going to make it through today. You're a bit wobbly, coach. Go sit down. He said, pretty cool the way they check on him.
Almost intercepted. Bobby McCain nearly had that one off the tip from Kyle Pitts. Game break time with Carissa Thompson.
So happy to hear that about Coach. Panthers.
Carissa, yeah, it's just awesome to see the support Ron Rivera has gotten, and not only from Washington, but from football fans nationwide. 2nd and 15 for Atlanta. Ryan, quick toss, and he squeezes it in to Tajay Sharp, and Sharp with a catch across the 25 near the 26.
And he threw it right where the linebacker vacated over the ball. He saw Bostic getting antsy. These linebackers, Kev, they're just salivating, getting their chance. Hey, coach called my number. I'm ready to jump out of my cleats and go attack the quarterback. And Matt Ryan used that to his advantage, and stayed calm, threw it right off his ear.
A third time in this first half we've seen Matt Ryan fit it into an extremely tight window. Brings up a 3rd and 7. 4-man rush for Washington. Ryan under pressure, and that 4-man rush gets to him. Washington's been looking for this all season long. Montez Sweat with his 3rd sack, and they get to the quarterback with just the 4-man defensive line.
There he is, lined up at the top of your screen. This is exactly what Jack Del Rio told his guys up front. He said, fellas, we're normally a pressure team on 3rd and 7 to 10, and the theory behind that is, listen, they're long developing routes. The offense has to take their time. The quarterback's going to be stuck back there cooking steaks in the backfield. Let's pressure him and get to him before he gets the ball off. But he said, if we don't pressure, I need juice out of my front 4. I mean, they got 4 guys in the first round. This team's built, especially on defense, from the inside out. That's the kind of play that they need to be effective.
DeAndre Carter didn't call for the fair catch, and he spins away for yardage. Cameron Blake was there, didn't make the tackle right away. Matt Ryan and the Falcons still up 3, but the pressure's starting to get to him. The list goes on. Mark Sanchez is on that list.
Made the list. Look at that guy right there.
Man, that's really the only reason we showed this graphic, is because Mark Sanchez wanted a graphic with his name on it.
I demanded it.
Yeah, it's every week there's got to be something. There's Mark Sanchez, and there's Matt Ryan. And there's Taylor Heineke and the Washington offense going to work. Best starting field position for Washington. Heineke looking to run. Has some room, got a block, and then slides down. That slide would have made the Atlanta Braves proud in town here, as he's down at the 45, 2 yards shy of the first.
Awfully early on the slide, but you can tell he's feeling good. He knew, hey, listen, we're going to hit him with a play action right here, try and take a shot down the field. And one of the most important things that Scott Turner told us was that game got away from him a little bit last week against Buffalo. He started pressing a little bit. He tried to do too much. When I call a shot, that doesn't mean he has to take a shot. Great job tucking that thing, getting some positive yards on first down.
8-yard run. Here's Gibson on 2nd and 2. He's got the first down into Atlanta territory at the 49-yard line. A pickup of 6 before Tyler Davison can make the stop. 9 for 12 for Heineke, 95 yards and a touchdown. Gibson now 30 yards rushing. Washington's offense, Mark, looking a little more comfortable than they were early on in this game.
They're definitely more comfortable. They're starting to get into a little rhythm. Taylor Heinicke is starting to catch fire.
Grady Jarrett came across the line, pointing on the right side of the offensive line. Either Brandon Sheriff or perhaps even Chase Roulier, the center. Did he flinch with the football?
Encroachment, defense, number 97, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Nobody saw the movement Grady Jarrett was implying was there, so a penalty on the Pro Bowler. Let's get to know Taylor Heinicke a little bit. He was the CAA Offensive Player of the Year in 2012 with Old Dominion. Wound his way back and forth, was in the XFL with the St. Louis Battlehawks. Got the start in the wild card game last year, went for over 300 yards, and now back in the starting role, getting some coaching a moment ago on the sidelines after the touchdown pass from Ron Rivera. Congratulations. And now back out to work with a 1st and 5 at the 44 of the Falcons. Here's Gibson. Quick acceleration, and Grady Jarrett brings him down after he gets the first down inside the 39.
What a journey for Taylor Heinicke. A lot of peaks, a lot of valleys, and he sure navigated those well. Trying to keep a steady head about him, trying to stay aggressive and not lose his stinger after a tough outing last week. I love the way he's come out and gotten into a groove, kind of eased his way into this game. He's really in command here. He needs to be awfully smart as they approach the red zone.
In the NFL, then out of the NFL, in the XFL, back to the NFL. Not an easy road as Jarrett Patterson gets his first carry, and Patterson tracked down by Dante Fowler for a loss. And Laura, the road back to the NFL, it took Taylor Heinicke down some really tough road, didn't it?
It did, and those roads are right here in Flowery Branch, Georgia. As I said earlier, he slept at his sister's and was so thankful for his brother-in-law, Justin, who woke him up every morning, made him put on that weighted vest to walk the dog a few miles just to get him going. Taylor said, it was dark. I had to find little things every day to feel like I accomplished something. Make the bed, read a book was a big deal. He called Scott Turner asking for a coaching job. Scott said, don't retire just yet.
Now playing for Coach Turner, his offensive coordinators, Ricky Seals-Jones. Nice move, got a first down and more, and out of bounds inside the 25. Oluokun had a chance to bring him down, and Ricky Seals-Jones shrugged him off to pick up 16.
This is an excellent job by the tight end here. Watch, he's going to block first, boom, and then haul butt across the screen. Watch him hauling out the back door of the left side. He's forcing these linebackers to run with him. Excellent job by Taylor Heinicke, letting the play develop, not getting there too soon, not trying to press, letting the defense expand, and then hitting them underneath with an easy shallow cross.
Off the play fake, Heinicke with some pressure, able to step away. Now he'll run. Heinicke on the move inside the 15. Good move by Heinicke and out of bounds inside the 5. 1st and goal, the longest run of the day, 15 yards, gives Washington. Excellent work, but a flag is down.
Holding, defense, number 22. Penalty will be enforced half the distance to the goal.
And a defensive holding keeps it a 1st down and goal coming up. And the hold there, Fabian Moreau.
That's twice now. He's been flagged for getting a little too handsy out there. He's got to let these guys run after a couple yards there downfield. And an excellent job by Taylor Heinicke. Turned on the gas a little bit. He's got a little extra gear. And he knew once he got out past the line of scrimmage, he was tucking that thing and hauling.
1st and goal. Gibson cuts it back, looking for the end zone. He finds it. And Washington takes the lead with 2:04 to go in the first half. From 2 yards out, Gibson makes it 13-10 Washington.
And watch, this fly sweep motion is going to get a defender to run with number 2 here, and they're going to hit him right up the backside. Look at this defender run out of the screen and then give just a half-man advantage for those O-linemen up front. All they need those fly screens to do, or those fly sweep motions to do. That's that motion right behind the quarterback within handoff distance to the quarterback. All they're trying to do is distort the read of that defense, of those backers, and hold them for just a tick. And if they can do that, it'll give their offensive linemen the correct angles, the proper angles to get an edge on their defender and give a tiny little hole for their halfback on that one. Antonio Gibson finds the hole and finds pay dirt.
So in other words, if you can move their eyes a little bit, you've got a chance to find the end zone.
It's just a little window dressing, Kev, just a little lipstick on the pig, you know what I mean?
Hopkins extra point, and that is no good. It misses wide right, and it stays a 3-point game as Dustin Hopkins misses for the first time this year on an extra point. And he just pushed it right. So still 13-10 Washington with 2:04 to go in the first. Saturday, a massive top 5 showdown headlines a big noon doubleheader on Fox. The big noon kickoff crew is live from Iowa City at 10 a.m. Eastern before Maryland takes on 11th ranked Ohio State at noon. Then at 4 Eastern, we've got the game of the weekend. Sean Clifford leads number 4 Penn State against number 5 Iowa. It's a huge big noon Saturday on Fox and the Fox Sports app. 7-play, 63-yard drive engineered by Taylor Heineke. No third downs on the drive, which is good for a team that struggles on third down. And 2 defensive penalties against the Atlanta Falcons, which allowed them to move it down the field and punch it into the end zone on Antonio Gibson's first rushing touchdown of the year.
2 things there, Kev. I mean, Dean Pease, the defensive coordinator for the Falcons, is going to have some choice words for these guys at halftime. Blowing a cover 2 over the top and giving up a free touchdown.
Let's check in before we get this drive started with Carissa Thompson for a game break.
Thanks so much, Kevin. Hey, Sanchez, how about your boy?
One of these days I'll get Kugler in my corner.
Nah, probably not. First down run, and not much there for Patterson. Landon Collins trips him up as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in Atlanta with Washington up 3. First half 13-10. Falcons a 2nd and 8 coming up. Yep. Younghoe Koo getting some love.
They love him here in the ATL. That's awesome.
After his game-winning field goal last week against the Giants. 2nd and 8. All 3 timeouts left for Atlanta as well. Ryan to the air looking for Ridley, and Ridley tangled up with Kendall Fuller. The pass incomplete brings up 3rd down.
Critical 3rd down. They'd love to be able to convert here, but most importantly, no negative plays. You got to play this field position battle because you're going to end up, if you don't convert, obviously you're going to give this thing back to Taylor Heineke, who's been red hot. And that Falcons defense, too many miscues, either in deep half coverage or extending drives because of penalties. You don't want to put the pressure on those guys to have to make another stop.
So it's 3rd and 8. Matt Ryan going deep down the sideline off the helmet of Torrey McTyer, and there's a flag. Calvin Ridley, the intended receiver, and that bounced off the helmet of the 5th-year man from UNLV.
Pass interference. Defense, number 35. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. First down.
There's McTyer grabbing a little bit. Yeah, the 2-hand grab right there. Matt Ryan just recognizing man-to-man, understanding that the DB's not looking back at the football, giving his guy a chance, expecting either a penalty like he got or his receiver to go up and make a play.
So now a first down at the Washington 45. Patterson picks his way to the right side for 4 to the 41.
And I love that play call just to get this clock going so you don't give it back to the other offense should you not convert here coming up on this set of downs.
Washington won the toss to start the game and elected to defer, so they'll have the football to start the 2nd half. 2nd and 6, just shy of the 40-yard line. Patterson's helmet came off. Ryan on Second down, open and dropped at the 20-yard line. Olamide Zaccheaus had a golden opportunity and he flat dropped it.
Runs an excellent route. He had this post set up. He shows the post hard to the inside, which was going to be an inside move, and left a DB in the dust. We got to capitalize on those throws.
3rd and 5, and an excellent strike to Calvin Ridley, sliding in front of Kendall Fuller, and that'll be a first down inside the 32, a pickup of 8. Atlanta still has all 3 timeouts. Clock running under 50 seconds in this first half. Davis on first down. Oh, Montez Sweat was waiting for him in the backfield. Drops him for a 3-yard loss at the 35. And a timeout will be used.
And watch all this penetration up front from the Washington football team. They're winning the line of scrimmage battle. They gave him no chance. Look at Montez Sweat and Chase Young meeting each other in the backfield. Never a good sign for the offense.
First Atlanta timeout. Kurt Menefee, what do you have coming up?
Hey, picture.
Left for Atlanta, 37 seconds to work with. Ball to 35 of Washington. Ryan to the air once more. Pitts had a shot at it and stripped out of his hands by Torrey McTyer.
Now catching these footballs, it's eyes, it's fingertips. Those are most important. But thirdly, we got to hang on and secure those footballs, those catches at the end. We've seen Calvin Ridley. We've seen Zaccheaus. And now we're seeing Kyle Pitts. These guys have got to hang on to the football when Matt Ryan gives them an opportunity like that.
Now 3rd and long at the 35. That's Ridley in motion. Matt Ryan runs to the right, flushed out. Ridley with the catch. Ridley with a first down. Planted that foot and turned it upfield to move the chains.
And Ridley knows he's got a ton of space to the outside. They're going to roll Matt Ryan, which gives him just a breather play so he doesn't have to stand back there and withstand that onslaught coming from the defensive line position. He gets a chance to just roll out to his throwing side and get an easy completion.
To the sideline once more. This is Pitts, able to secure it before he's knocked out by McTyer. Ball just shy of the 11-yard line, going out of bounds. Stops the clock with 23 seconds left in the half.
And remember, Kev, they got 2 timeouts left. They're okay running this ball, throwing a quick screen, you know, anything to get the clock running because they got the ability to stop it twice. Really in the driver's seat right now, Atlanta.
They may be checking to see if he got both feet down on the sideline here.
Previous play is under review.
I'm going to check to see if Kyle Pitts secured the football and got both feet down before going out of bounds. Let's take a look. One foot. Did he drag the toe? Ew.
Didn't look good.
While they check this one out, we will step aside in Atlanta. Clay Martin has reviewed this. And Kyle Pitts catch coming back.
The pass was incomplete.
Got 1 foot in. Didn't get the 2nd foot in as we saw going to break. So reverse the catch for Kyle Pitts, and it's 2nd down and 10 back at the 18-yard line.
These are the details that we're talking about. The drops, securing those catches, and details, 2 feet to complete the catch.
Still 2 timeouts left for Atlanta with 24 seconds to work with. And on 2nd down, Matt Ryan over the middle to Ridley. Runs away from the first, runs away from the second, and is down at the 11-yard line. Cameron Curl finally brought him down. And now 3rd down, timeout number 2 used by Atlanta. They have 1 remaining, 16 seconds to work with. A 3rd down coming up. And that's Mark Sanchez. I'm Kevin Kugler. It's been an entertaining first half. We've seen 1 and 4 for Atlanta. Matt Ryan throws it short. Cordero Patterson with a catch. A little stop, breaks a tackle to the goal line. Patterson in for the touchdown. Landon Collins had a shot at him, Mark, and he couldn't pull him down, and Patterson powers in for 6.
He sure did. And Patterson, he's got to cover him all the way across the field. Watch this from the all-22 view. You're going to see Landon Collins. He's got him man-to-man. Look, Landon Collins is here. Cordero Patterson's in the backfield. He's got to come from all the way on top of his safety position and find him. So difficult to cover a guy like that in man-to-man across the entire field. And remember, he's not a running back. That's a wideout, Kevin. He's just playing the running back position. Well drawn up and well executed by Matt Ryan.
Younghoe Koo on for the extra point, and the kick is good. 17-13 Atlanta. We'll be right back after these messages from Geico. Arthur Smith giving congratulations to the offensive line for the work they did on that touchdown drive.
And Matt Ryan just buying enough time, letting Cordero Patterson leak out of the backfield, knowing he's got man-to-man with Landon Collins. It's so hard to be patient like that for Matt Ryan, knowing those guys are coming over the walls to try and get him. He's just backpedaling, and then waits for his halfback to find a little open grass and a little open seam. Well played by Matt Ryan, and so quickly diagnosed. That's not easy for a young quarterback to do, but a salty vet like Matt Ryan, that's no problem.
Touchback with 14 seconds to go for Taylor Heineke. All 3 timeouts, but starting from the 25-yard line. Cordell Patterson, 4 carries, 16 yards rushing. 4 catches, 68 yards, 2 touchdowns receiving. I'd say the production from Cordell Patterson is exactly where Atlanta would like it in this first half.
Oh, and they love it, and that's why Dave Ragone, the quarterback's coach and offense coordinator, that's why they wanted him. He had him in Chicago. Those are called pacifier players that help get your guys, teach the system to a new team.
Not a bad birthday present for the offensive coordinator, Dave Ragone. 42 years old today, 2 touchdowns for
Matthew Stafford has the Rams on a roll as he leads his high-powered offense into a huge NFC West clash.
Look out!
With the dangerous Russell Wilson and the Seahawks at the home of the 12th man.
And here, Garrett got him around the ankles, and a turnover on down. Looking deep downfield, Matt Ryan.
That cleaned up for Washington. The defensive line, they're starting to make a little bit of noise, but I need them to hit that snooze alarm one more time, Actually get out of bed and get rolling. They only got 1 sack, which is better than anything on the year, but still, they need to cause pressure, wreak havoc in that backfield for Matt Ryan. He's a little too comfortable right now.
Yeah, that 1 sack coming with just the 4-man pressure, which has been something that has plagued Washington from that defensive line this year. They've wanted to get more consistent 4-man pressure.
100%. We'll see. Taylor Heineke got himself into a nice little groove. I love what Scott Turner's done for him, getting him on the move.
And here's DeAndre Carter. Speaking of going on the move, Carter on the move all the way for his first NFL touchdown. 101 yards for DeAndre Carter. Takes it to the house, and Washington takes the lead.
And isn't that the way it always happens? You start talking about the offense and what they got to do on this next drive, but Tyler Heineke says, hey man, we'll take this any day of the week. Excellent job making defenders miss right there, finding the crease, and turning on the Jets on that return.
101 yards. Steven Sims, the last Washington football player to have a kickoff return for a touchdown, as the extra point is missed again by Dustin Hopkins. But let's watch this again from DeAndre Carter, going end to end for 6.
101 for number 1, just weaving through traffic. Check out Heineke right here. This is best drive so far. No mistakes.
Well, Taylor Heineke fired up about that. He wanted 1 more point. He didn't get 1 more point because that's 2 misses today. That one off the upright for Dustin Hopkins, and it stays 19-17 Washington. But DeAndre Carter, he is a remarkable story of resilience, Mark Sanchez. His brother, Kalen Carter, died at the age of 17 in 2013. Had heart complications. He collapsed before his senior year of high school, went into a coma, and he never woke up. Before he died, DeAndre promised his younger brother he would make it to the league for both of them. It was both of their dreams to play in the National Football League. He bounced around, was cut 6 times in his first 3 years, has continued to battle, continued to stay in the fight, hadn't ever scored a touchdown at any point since he originally signed undrafted with the Ravens back in 2016. That kickoff return for a score, the very first time DeAndre Carter has ever found the end zone. Here's Cordarrelle Patterson trying to do the same thing. He's found it many times on a kick return, and Patterson tripped up at the 32-yard line. A lot of action early. Let's check in with Laura Oakman. Laura?
Well, that kickoff return is exactly what Arthur Smith was talking about with me. He went right to the details, saying, I am sick of seeing the self-inflicted pre-snap penalties. We got to settle that, and we have to settle down on defense, saying we've got to play with our gap integrity. As for Ron Rivera, he told us yesterday the only way we become something is by doing it. I asked him, are you doing it? And he said, no, we've got to play smarter than we've been playing defensively, understand what they're doing so we can do it offensively. We're playing fine, just make plays when they're there.
Laura, great stuff. Thank you very much. Second down coming up for Atlanta. A 19-17 lead for Washington. In a ball game that has seen some back and forth action, and the biggest play coming from DeAndre Carter. On second down, Ryan to the air, fires, and it's caught by Zacchaeus. A first down for Atlanta as we get a game break from Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Giants Saints tied at 7. Opening drive of the...
Good, Carissa. Thank you very much. First down and 10 for Atlanta at the 48.
Rita. Scoop.
There goes the play fake up to the top side of the screen.
There it is. And Ryan looking deep up that top side, and a flag is thrown. The pass in and out of the hands of Calvin Ridley, battling down the sideline with William Jackson.
See what the call is here. Looks like it's going to be on the defense.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 23. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Second penalty, both defensive pass interference against Washington.
Too much grabbing at the top. Too much grabbing at the top there. But they're just going to the line of scrimmage in a 21 personnel. That's 2 halfbacks, tight end, and 2 receivers. As the white hat goes over to talk to the coaches and get the clock set here.
Please set the play clock to 25 seconds. 2-5. All right.
Kev, you heard on those last couple plays the Rita call and the Lisa call. Now, Rita and Lisa for Matt Ryan in this offense right now, in this package, he's letting them know which way we're going to play fake and where I'm going with the football. The Rita obviously was to the right, Lisa to the left. Don't forget, as smart as these guys are, we're still football players now. Let's not overcomplicate it, okay?
It's a fair point. First down at 10. And big hit after a couple yards on the ground. Nowhere to run for Mike Davis with James Smith-Williams in there in the mix.
And it's just an excellent job of knowing, hey, you got a 14-year vet. Let's get up to the line of scrimmage, show like we're going to hurry up, make the defense declare, undress him a little bit, and find number 26, Landon Collins. If he wants to come down and play the run, then we're going to play action him. If he wants to stay back in a 2-deep shell with 2 safeties in the middle of the field, we have no problem running the rock.
Empty backfield on 2nd and 8 at the 23. Ryan over the middle. That's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Nowhere to go with Davis there. Ball pops out at the end of the play, and Cole Holcomb scoops it up, and Holcomb still on the run. Holcomb down the sideline. Matt Ryan nudging him out. A lot of confusion at the end of the play. And we'll see what ends up here. Everybody's sort of trickling down to the other end of the field again.
I don't know.
Ruling on the field as the runner scored. Progress was stopped before the ball came out.
That was the whistle that you heard, and that's why some players either heard it or didn't hear it. You could tell the guys still playing might not have heard the whistle. Wow,
Please set the game clock 12:27, 12:27.
It's a huge break for Atlanta. That whistle with the forward progress stopped means no fumble. Dean Blandino, watching from our studios in Los Angeles, has relayed this information. That's a good call.
But I do love what 55 Cole Holcomb was able to do right there. When he sees that tight end stood up by his fellow defenseman, he runs and just rips out the ball. He goes to just strip it. He doesn't need help tackling. He goes for the ball. Excellent job by him.
3rd and 3, and this play stops before it starts. A little chaotic here in the early stages of this 3rd quarter.
Prior to the snap, timeout, Washington, their first 30-second timeout.
Jack Del Rio looks perplexed on the sideline as to who called that timeout. 19-17, Washington by a pair before this 3rd and 3 from Atlanta. This week, Thursday Night Football comes to Fox as Matthew Stafford and the Rams take on Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. Thursday, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on Fox, NFL Network, and streaming on Prime Video. That NFC West is going to have some battles this year, and it'll be another one on Thursday Night Football coming up. Another look at the near fumble here for Hayden Hurst.
And Holcomb sees his guy. He said, hey, he's got him held up for a second. I'm going to go try and rip this ball out. Excellent awareness by him.
3rd down and 3.
Good ID by Matt Ryan. He knows that backer's coming up top of your screen.
Here comes the pressure. Ryan throws over the middle, finds his tight end, Hayden Hurst, going high, and he gets the first down just shy of the 10-yard line.
And watch this. Sometimes as a 14-year veteran and as a first-year commentator, you get fooled. Matt Ryan and I both thought Holcomb was coming, and they made an R call. You heard him up front. R, R, R. That means go to the guy on the right side of the center in that A gap. We were both wrong. I was listening to Matt and watching him saying, hey, he's got this thing protected. And they threw him for a loop there. Excellent job confusing the offense and the color commentator.
Cole Holcomb is down after the play. He has been all over the field today, and hopefully he's going to be okay. 12:08 remaining in the 3rd, 19-17. Washington with the lead. Well, Matt Ryan fooled Mark Sanchez. He also has the ability to fool defensive players. We saw this earlier. This is the touchdown earlier in the day.
He's watching that safety, getting him to jump Kyle Pitts, and he's letting Cordero Patterson, a guy he's never played with before, handle the rest of the play. That's an incredible amount of trust. Not easy to do as a quarterback. Excellent execution by Matt Ryan.
First down and 10 at the 11-yard line. Welcome to the sidelines. And penetration again. I mean, Tim Settle would not settle for anything other than a big loss on that run.
It must be National Kevin Day. Nice work, Kev. Settle won't settle. He nailed it.
Hope everyone's celebrating with a Kevin in their lives.
I know I am.
2nd and 13 at the 14. That's Hurst in motion. 4-man rush. Ryan throws for the end zone, and it's knocked away from Kyle Pitts. Coverage from Kendall Fuller, and the elusive first touchdown for the rookie tight end. Oh, so close here. Right there off the hands, and Fuller's left hand just able to poke it free.
And watch this route. He's just trying to get behind these defenders, find a tiny little lane. Ooh, he's getting dangerously close there, Kev. Has almost a defensive team meeting back there. Matt Ryan living on the edge, trying to fit that ball into Pitts.
3rd down and 13. Four-man Washington rush for Patterson in the end zone. He's got it again. 3rd touchdown catch for Cordero Patterson. And a 14-yard touchdown gives the Falcons the lead.
Oh, watch this. Nice, pretty little back shoulder for Patterson. Right on Kendall Fuller. Look at him. Just stutter him at the line. Just hold him for half a second. And hey, I love this height advantage out there for Cordero Patterson. Is he a receiver? Is he a running back? Doesn't matter. Matt Ryan's going to find him and get him in the end zone. What great execution. What an idea to bring him over from Chicago by Dave Ragone. Happy birthday to him, by the way. But an excellent addition to this team. Now they're going for 2.
1 for 1 this year on 2-point tries. Patterson to the top of the screen.
Here comes Matt Ryan on the boot.
There's the bootleg. Nowhere to go with it. Now to the end zone. A juggling attempt for Zacchaeus, and he can't pull it in, and it stays a 4-point game. Extra points have been an adventure today between Washington and Atlanta. 23-19. 3 touchdown catches for Cordero Patterson, a career high for Patterson. 3 TD catches, good enough for a 4-point lead. Cordero Patterson has really turned himself into a valuable player throughout his NFL career. Began as a wide receiver, shifted his role to a running back role, now playing a little bit of everywhere. Slot, wide receiver, running back, been on special teams, 9 touches, 98 total yards, career high 3 touchdown catches for Cordero Patterson. Enough to give Atlanta the 23-19 lead. Here's DeAndre Carter. Went for 101 last time, and that's an injured kicker. Cameron Nizelek injuring himself on the kickoff. And as he came down on his right leg, ouch. Oh my goodness. Kickoff into the end zone, and Nizelek down after the kick. Younghoe Koo may be pressed into kickoff duty as well as extra point. Nizelek up and walking to the sideline. More importantly, maybe pressed into punt duty. Limping to the sideline, former Georgia Bulldog Cameron Nizelek.
See if Heineke can answer, and this is the most important thing when they get in these dogfight type situations, not to press. Just continue to let the offense work, get an easy completion.
Heineke on 1st down. To the air to McLaurin, a 1st down to the 45, a pickup of 20 as we check back in with Carissa Thompson in Los Angeles. Action this year. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Seals Jones in motion. Heineke off the play fake, wants the screen for Gibson. Gibson with some blockers, got 1 block, got a 2nd, needed a 3rd to really spring it, but he's going to have enough for the 1st down to the Atlanta 44. Sheriff and Flowers out there trying to grade the road for the running back.
Watch how he sets up this block. Watch Antonio Gibson. He's going to wait for Brandon Sheriff. Watch this. He's going to come out in front of him, boom, and make this block out on the edge. And so much harder out on the edge. He gets away with one a little bit because he kind of cut. He went like halfway waist, waist height cut right there. But a great job by Gibson slamming on the brakes and letting his big tackle get in front. Excuse me, big guard.
From the 44, Heineke with time, looking deep for McLaurin, almost intercepted. Eric Harris diving in front of the play, nearly had a spectacular pick.
I love the design. Right here, letting Taylor Heineke uncork one. Unfortunately, he's got to get this ball out sooner. It took him 3 resets to get this ball out. Excellent play by Harris to break that up, but just took too long to get that ball out. It's got to be out another 1.5 seconds sooner.
Curtis Samuel back in the game. 3 catches for 9 yards. That's Samuel in motion. Toss play, Gibson. Gibson breaks 1 tackle in the backfield, gets positive yardage and out of bounds inside the Atlanta 40. And a big 3rd down coming up. Washington down 4, but 3rd and manageable now after the run by Gibson.
He gets him into a great 3rd and manageable, but what an opportunity missed by Taylor Heineke. He's got to get this ball airborne sooner. We saw Matt Ryan anticipate that deep ball to Cordero Patterson. That's what he needed right here. Watch how many resets he's taken. He slams on the brakes. 1, 2, 3, boom. Too much time. Now the defense gets a chance to recover. That could have been a big play down inside the red zone.
McKissick will motion out of the backfield. 3rd down and 5. Here comes pressure. Heineke ready, floats it for Seals. Jones, incomplete. Eric Harris again on the coverage. He was on coverage on that 1st down toss towards McLaurin that was almost intercepted. Harris this time on Seals Jones.
And this makes you wonder, would this have been a play to Logan Thomas? A guy that he's got a little more rapport with, a guy that's had more catches for this team. That's when these injuries really start to stack up in critical moments and critical 3rd downs. That's when you need your best playmakers on the field. Unfortunately, he's out with an injury.
Great point. He went out on the 1st possession for Washington. 4th and 5. Crowd trying to make it tough.
Going with the analytics here.
On 4th and 5, Heineke has Samuel open, turns it upfield. He's got a 1st down. The value of Curtis Samuel. There is a flag down, but Samuel able to move the chains for the 3rd time today if it stands.
I think that was on a Luakon 54.
Holding. Defense. Number 54. Penalties decline. 1st down.
Exactly right, Mark.
He was holding on the backside of the play, inconsequential, but I love what Curtis Samuel did, showing like he was going to run a drive route across the field, slamming on the brakes, and pivoting out of that. He left everybody in the dust. Watch this.
On 1st down, Brown in motion. This is Gibson with the carry. A little jump cut and hops his way down near the 23-yard line. You see the value in Curtis Samuel's return, though, Mark. He's had 4 catches today. 3 of those catches have gotten a 1st down for this Washington offense.
That's exactly right. Every time he takes the field, number 10 that is, he's either getting the ball or he's the decoy. They've faked it to him on the fly sweep and have thrown it to him a few times.
Oh, Gibson able to turn it upfield, found the hole and gets the 1st down at the 15. Oluokun on the tackle after the 8-yard gain. A little tempo for Washington between those 2 plays.
You're exactly right. They're catching him off guard, looking a little lethargic up front for Atlanta when they hit him with that quick count and that hurry-up offense, like you said, Kevin. These guys got to take a deep breath here and bow up. Not the end of the world to burn a timeout and catch your breath here, because these guys are getting just road graded up front.
Humphreys in motion from the 15-yard line. Heineke with the pump. Nothing left, goes right for the end zone. A little tall for De'Ami Brown, and there's a flag. Brown got hit as a defenseless receiver, and this is going to cost Atlanta a penalty. Arthur Smith arguing it's uncatchable.
And he's politicking, saying, hey, he hit him with the shoulder. He's not headhunting out there. I don't know. Let's check this replay.
Long conversation. They may pick this up. Let's see.
There is no foul on the play.
In his head, he really led with the shoulder and kind of turned away from it. I think in real time, it's hard to tell. But I think Eric Harris played that exactly right. And I'm glad they got that right from the referee standpoint.
Yeah, good job by that crew to discuss what everybody see from their angle. Get the call right. McKissick looking for running room, finds it down to the 5-yard line. Right where he needed to go for the 1st down. Deron Harmon with the tackle. And Washington continuing to find yardage on the ground. They'll hustle up to the line. Tempo again.
And McKissick just a firecracker out of the backfield, giving them a little juice in the run game.
1st and goal, McKissick again. And McKissick turned away at the 2-yard line and shoved back. Dante Fowler, first Falcon to get there, 2nd and goal.
Having success with the tempo. I feel like that's the kind of quarterback Taylor Heineke is too. He wants the ball in his hand and he wants it fast. Not a lot of time to sit and think about these things in the huddle. Hey coach, just give me the play. Let's go ball, man. He's your ultimate, street football kind of quarterback. He's got that ability to extend plays. Let's see if he can be real sharp here down in the goal line and make something happen on a scramble drill.
Really good drive for Washington. 12th play of this drive. McKissick again, nowhere to go this time. Deion Jones right there. Dean Pease telling us they moved his position a bit so he can make plays like this.
And there he is right off the edge. Normally, he's the guy running with all these halfbacks running around in the secondary, but they need him at times, just like Dante Fowler, number 6, to set the edge in the run game and turn plays back into the rest of their defense, like Big 97, Grady Jarrett. He just took it all on himself right there. He said, I'll turn it back in and I'll get him down to the ground. Coach, I'm ready to roll.
3rd and goal. Pivotal play in this game. Heineke, pressure comes, hit as he throws, almost intercepted. Duron Harmon nearly had the pick in the end zone to turn Washington away. Instead, Washington will settle for a field goal try.
Harris applying the pressure, speeding up Heineke's play clock right there. His time clock in the pocket. That alarm was going off for him. He had to get that ball airborne. Unfortunately, Atlanta just dropping a couple picks that they should have had twice now on this drive. That could have gone the other way. That could have been disaster.
And the field goal try for Dustin Hopkins, who's missed 2 extra points today, is good. Heineke taking the hit from Eric. He's starting to mount up for the Washington football team. Brandon Sheriff, who was injured last week with a chest injury, is now headed to the locker room immediately. Didn't go back to the sideline at all. Walked right off the field after the extra point and is headed to the locker room. So a huge loss. 4-time Pro Bowl guard Brandon Sheriff in the locker room for Washington.
He's their big stud out of Iowa. He's the one who anchors that line along with Chase Rouillet. And it's not just his hole. They got to fill that hole at right guard. But the issue here for me is they got a rookie at right tackle, Sam Cosmi. So I guarantee you that communication between Sheriff and Cosmi, that's going to be an issue moving forward. Now that right tackle, that young rookie, is out on an island, and that's just a difficult spot for him to be in right now. He needs, that's kind of like your binky inside right there. That's your guy. He's going to help you out with all these calls. He's going to really miss Sheriff.
Patterson 6 yards deep, tripped up at the 17-yard line. Atlanta by 1. Big week for WWE SmackDown season premiere on Fox.
It's a WWE coronation.
To keep that going. Play fake to Gallman. Ryan going up top for Ridley, leaping up, and he cannot pull it in. Fuller and McCain out in coverage. Ridley had his hands on it and just couldn't secure it.
Well, this has been the story all year. Granted, this would have been an excellent catch for Ridley. It's these drops. It's right at the end of the play, securing the football through the ground. He's got to survive the ground with the football, and that just hasn't been what's happened for him in the early part of this season.
Last year he averaged over 15 yards per catch. This year came in averaging under 9 per catch. The big plays haven't been there as Gallman gets the carry. And Gallman just across the 20-yard line. Let's get an update. Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles.
Well, you guys have a good game in Atlanta and a pretty good one.
3-1, hand them their first loss. Thanks, Kurt. 23-22 here. The winner of this game, 2-2. The loser, 1-3. That makes a big difference in the early going in this season. Ryan out of the gun. There's a nice catch by Kyle Pitts. You talk about securing it with your hands through contact. The youngster hangs on. First down at the 34.
Excellent job threading the needle, using his eyes at the beginning of the snap to check the top side of the screen, understanding he's got pressure, and just drilling that ball right inside there, right behind John Bostic before he got a chance to turn around and make a play. Well done by Matt Ryan.
It's in motion. A little trouble securing that one for Mike Davis. He's fortunate there wasn't pressure on him immediately, Mark, because that had a little bobble when he got the handoff.
It didn't look like a very secure handoff, and that is terrifying. When you go through your bootleg fake as a quarterback, your heart just kind of skips a little. It doesn't feel as clean, and it looked a little funky, like it was a little high handoff. But we also got to remember, circling back to Calvin Ridley, he's got a lot of slack to pick up now that Julio Jones isn't here in a Falcons uniform anymore. The onus is on him. He's got to step up and make some of those big catches that they're used to in Atlanta.
New wide receiver core for the most part. 2nd and 7 of 37. Here's Pitts, makes the catch, shows a little bit of power as he leans forward against Fuller to the 42. It's a 5-yard pickup and brings up an important 3rd and 2 for Atlanta.
And remember, that was the emphasis coming into this game. They were so poor on 3rd and short. You know, coach said to be ready for some exotic plays. This doesn't look like the personnel where Felipe Franks will be in the game, but he said we've got to be better, whatever it takes. And Matt Ryan says it starts with the details. That's communication in the huddle, communication at the line of scrimmage, and execution when the ball snapped. 3 for 9 this year on 3rd and 3 or less. Landon Collins coming off the edge, trying to get involved in that run game.
Now he'll back off. Ryan throws. Good throw. Good catch by Calvin Ridley. And a first down to midfield. He may have been in this thing for 14 years, but Matt Ryan still has no problem finding tight windows to fit that football into. Just as cool as the other side of the pillow. This is so smooth. And you see that he had a chance to lead him with that ball, and he felt the corner's presence outside of Calvin Ridley. So he just took a little bit off of that football, threw it on his back shoulder slightly. Instead of hitting him on the 8 of the 18, he hit him on the 1 of the 18. That's how close and how accurate Matt Ryan is. 11 straight games for Ridley, 5 catches, 50 yards. Ryan turned around, saw pressure. He was looking at a screen for Gallman on the far side of the field, but there's so much pressure in his face, he couldn't even get that one delivered.
And look at this pressure up front that they're applying from Washington. Matt Ryan's going to make his fake, get out of there, bail, slam on the brakes, and try and make this happen. A great job. Try not to make chicken soup out of chicken, you know what, Kev.
I do, but I will not say it because it's a family broadcast. 2nd and 10 at midfield. Ridley in motion. Play action. Ryan to the sideline. That's Ridley. The motion man makes the catch. Ryan waited for him to get open, and he gets 8 yards before William Jackson chases him out of bounds.
Plenty of space on the outside. Right before he made his break, Calvin Ridley got the defender to just bail, just slightly break his back pedal move and turn and run. He got William Jackson to start running, and that's when he broke off the route. Excellent job of selling the go ball and making his break.
On 3rd down and 2. Ryan going up top. One-on-one coverage. Ridley is there, and he can't pull it in. He got twisted around, and Calvin Ridley, working against William Jackson, just could not secure it at the 3.
And once again, it's Ridley. This would have been another Willie Mays type catch over his shoulder. It's just the last part of those catches. Got to secure that football, whatever it takes.
Now remember, Cameron Nizelek was injured on the kickoff. Laura Oakman told us during the break that he's been ruled out for kicking the rest of the day. So it's 4th and 2, and Atlanta's going to go for it. 10th play of the drive. Ryan, pressure comes. Matt Ryan able to get away, buying time. Ryan falling backwards, floats it up, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain in one of the weirder interceptions you're going to see. Just floated in the air, pressure in his face, and Bobby McCain gets his first interception of the year. How did he shrug off the Chase Young hit? And then he throws the pick, which may or may not be more or less like a punt. weird end to that one.
That was a strange one. I'm looking at the ISO cam here trying to figure out how he broke that tackle. It almost looked like he was... Are they going to get a helmet-to-helmet on the quarterback here?
There are flags down right where Matt Ryan ended this play, and the official's still talking.
He gets away, maybe right here. Boom. Helmet-to-helmet, I don't know. He might have been down. Once he got hit and then fell down. This is...
Watch it again. Was there contact with the head and neck area?
Boom.
Is he down?
There's the hit. Here comes, hopefully his knee's down for Matt Ryan and the Falcons. Yep, there you go.
It is down. Not hopefully for Matt Ryan and the Falcons. That was 4th down. They'd rather have the interception, which would have given them about 30 more yards of field position for the defense to work with.
Yeah, good point, good point. I mean, here goes
personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
They may want to look at it's roughing the passer, so it's not going to matter because it'll be a first down either way. But man, well, Dean Blandino is with us in our Fox studios in Los Angeles, and we've all been trying to sort this play out. Dean, what do you make of the weirdness that was this 4th and 2 play for Atlanta?
Yeah, very unusual. A couple of things. They threw the flag for roughing the passer.
The penalty will be enforced from the previous spot. Go ahead, Dean.
Yeah, and you can see that Ryan's knee was down, so there's no interception, but the penalty is going to be enforced.
Matt Ryan and the quarterback in the booth up here, because I was thinking like a quarterback. I said hopefully he doesn't get the interception on his stat sheet when that would have been better and it would have worked out like a punt.
So after all that, it's first down at the 27, and Atlanta leading by 1. Keeps the drive alive. Here's Patterson to the edge. Cordero Patterson inside the 15 with a first down.
And they're just loading up this box, daring Atlanta to run. But what they forgot about and they didn't account for is Cordero Patterson. Listen, that ball's supposed to hit off tackle. Once you go outside the tight end on these stretch zone runs like that, you're on your own. You got no blockers outside, and you're on an island. Cordero Patterson used his speed and made it worth it.
Now Patterson right back to work inside the 10 to the 9. Cordero Patterson is having himself a day. Maybe best known in this league for his kickoff return prowess. 8 career kickoff return touchdowns. But today's known for everything else. 111 total yards, career high 3 touchdowns, all catches. Cordero Patterson will lead for Mike Davis here on 2nd down and 5 at the 9. Here's Davis working behind a Pitts block, and Davis down near the 7. 2 yards for Davis. Bobby McCain on the tackle, and that will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Tight one in Atlanta. Falcons by 1, trying to add to it. One quarter to play, 1 quarter until one of these teams feels better and one starts to worry a little bit. 2 and 2 versus 1 and 3 is a big difference. Both teams talked about it this week. This is the play that's kept this now 12-play drive going. Roughing the passer called on Chase Young. Matt Ryan ended up down on the play, then threw a pick. But as it turned out, that was all erased because of the roughing the passer call. And the drive continues. The 3rd drive for Atlanta of 10 plays or more today. This is the 13th play of the drive and a 3rd down and 3 from the 7-yard line. Ryan checks it down to Davis. Davis breaks a tackle, breaks a second, breaks a third, and may have just broken the back of the Washington football team. A 7-yard punishing touchdown, and Atlanta extends the lead.
Look at Matt Ryan knowing exactly where his check down is, and Mike Davis doing the rest. Impressive run after catch. Look at Matt Ryan, he feels this pressure, he feels this game up front, gets it out. I mean, they got him 1, 2, 3, 4 tackles right there, 4 tackles that would have made this a field goal, a 4-point game. Instead, they give up the touchdown. The determination and the willpower of Mike Davis.
Mike Davis, Matt Ryan says, yeah, that's a touch. 6 straight wins against Washington. They're up now 30-22, and Chase Young not feeling very good right now about how this is going. It was his roughing the passer penalty that was the drive extender, and it turned in to a Mike Davis touchdown. 4th touchdown pass of the day for Matt Ryan as Coog's kick goes through the end zone for a touchback. So you think about 2003, what happened? Championship, it's hard to tell. And then the Lord of the Rings, the Return of the King, thanks to our producer.
Lord of the Rings, it's Star Wars, but hey, how about these veterans?
Pitts, by the way, was 2 years old in 2003 when all that was going on.
Oh dear, how about Matt Ryan and Mike Davis putting this team on their back? 2 veterans saying, hey man, when you execute like this, good things can happen. That's all we need to do.
McKissick on the edge runs into the arms of A.J. Terrell. And we'll check back in with Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles.
And you may have seen this once or twice in your life. Taysom Hill running it in for a touchdown. Actually, this is his 2nd of the day, and the Saints right now have a big lead, 21-10 over the Giants. Kevin?
All right, Kurt, thanks very much. That makes our booth happy, at least for one group of it. Alan Thrifley, our statistician, is a Saints fan. Our spotter, David Salati, a Giants fan. It's the battle of the booth crew today.
No alliances, man, no alliances.
On 2nd and 8, Gibson with the push forward to the 32-yard line. See that Washington offensive line out there? They're missing a key cog. For an update on Brandon Sheriff, we check in with Laura Oakman.
Yeah, Kevin, they're going to miss him for the rest of the game. It's never good when you see 2 of the offense's biggest leaders and they're standing on the sideline because they've both been ruled out. Brandon Sheriff has now been ruled out for the rest of the game with that knee injury. Also, De'Ami Brown with the knee injury, he's been ruled out for today too.
2 big losses, Sheriff especially on that right side of the offensive line. 3rd down and 3 for Washington, down 8. Mickey quick toss to McKissick, closing in for the open field tackle. Outstanding play by Jalen Hawkins.
Jalen Hawkins kind of disguised that cover 2 out in the flat. It looks like he's going to be off. Playing cover 4, giving a little space, and he's just pattern reading that play. As soon as he felt a threat to the flat is when he went up and made his play. Excuse me, that was number 22, Fabian Moreau, who's the one who disguised that. Excellent job. He had a couple early penalties in the game. Looks like he's locked in, and he fooled Taylor Heineke.
Fabian Moreau with an excellent play. First 3 and out for Washington. Trying to find a little bit of room to run, and not much there for Avery Williams, but Atlanta gets the football back with.
Coordinator on his own birthday says, hey, look, I'm going to give you a gift. His number's 84. His name's Cordero Patterson. Whatever you do, find him. And then as a quarterback, we love this. Mike Davis doing all the work for us. We'll throw it to you behind the line of scrimmage, and we'll take all those stats, a touchdown and a couple yards passing. What a day for Matt Ryan.
See, at the end of the year when you're cashing the bonus because you got extra touchdown passes. No mention of Mike Davis then. Trying to turn the corner. Gallman, not much there on the edge. Good defensive work by Davis and the rest of that Washington defense.
Look for Atlanta to try and take some of the air out of this game here. Keep things on the ground, keep this clock moving, and try and protect their lead, play a little field position battle. But they can't afford any mistakes. They got to keep rolling on 3rd down, too. These guys are 10 of 14. They said that was the emphasis this week. Sure looks like they're ready to go.
Just 33% conversion rate on the year before today for Atlanta. Ridley in motion, 2nd down. Gallman able to break free. Gallman into the secondary, and he's got a 1st down. Cole Holcomb back out there makes the stop. A pickup of 13 for Wayne Gallman.
And look at Gallman finding a little seam here on the right side of your screen. They had the great numbers, 3 for 3, and then setting up these blocks, letting guys run out in front of him, being awfully patient in the hole, hitting the line of scrimmage quickly and then being patient down the field. Ooh, nice little juke move right there. Got the safety, Bobby McCain, to whiff.
Coleman again on first down. Cut away from Matt Ioannidis. He tracked him down from behind. Coach Rivera said he'd had a good Thursday and Friday, and one of the reasons they wanted Ioannidis back is the work he does in the run game, helping out that run defense.
You're right, he's so stout in the run game, and he also, when you get to these third downs here, they can hold him here. That's what Matt Ioannidis does so well for their studs on the edge, for Sweat and for Chase Young. He provides that interior pressure that forces the quarterback into one of those edge rushers to swallow him up.
3 tight ends out there for Atlanta. Coleman again breaks a tackle from Ioannidis in the backfield and is down to the 45-yard line. We've been talking injuries, it seems, all game, and another update from Laura Oakman.
I feel like every time you guys come down to me, every Washington fan is like, please don't say any more of us are down, and unfortunately I've got 2 more. Bostic with his shoulder, he is questionable. John Bostic. Cam Sims nursing a hamstring, he's also questionable for the rest of the game.
It is just really starting to pile up for Washington right now. Thank you, Laura. 30-22. Mike Davis back in there on 3rd and 7 now for Atlanta. Falcons by 8. 4-man rush. Ryan looking down the sideline, and there's a flag. Ridley was tied up with Torrey McTyer, and McTyer frustrated after that penalty's thrown.
See, never turned around. He got a little too physical, I think. An excellent job by Matt Ryan. Once again, just a veteran move. He understands what to do. Even when his guys aren't open, he knows if your back's turned to me and you're the defender, listen, I'm going to give my guy a shot to go up and jump over you, get a jump ball, or try and draw a foul, draw a penalty. See what they say.
There's no foul on the play.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
No foul on the play.
He doesn't like that.
Neither does Arthur Smith. Watch it again.
I mean, he's bear hugging him. He's impeding his progress. He's not turning around looking for the ball. I don't know. I think they might have had it right the first go round.
So 4th down, and on to punt is Younghoe Koo. Remember, Cameron Nizelek was injured on a kickoff, so Younghoe Koo will punt for Atlanta. His last kickoff, which was his first kickoff, went into the end zone. See how he does as a punter. Short punt, and it makes a turn to the sidelines out at the 30-yard line. 25-yard punt for Koo. Taylor Heineke, smile on his face as he tries to lead Washington back. It was such a challenging year. We talked with Arthur Smith about it the other day, Mark Sanchez, and he said, I still talk to Joe Gibbs regularly, but he says it was such a crazy year with that tragedy right in the middle with Sean Taylor for a first year in the National Football League.
What a roller coaster, what a journey that was for him, but that taught him a lot about this league. You got to be prepared for anything.
And we've got a flag down before the first down play.
False start. Offense, 83. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Ricky Seals-Jones. That false start makes it 1st and 15 for Washington. A lot of new head coaches in this league this year. Dan Campbell, Urban Meyer, Robert Saleh still looking for their first wins. Brandon Staley with the Chargers. Nick Sirianni, Arthur Smith, and David Culley. A lot of new faces at the helm of NFL teams. First down and 15 from the 25. Gibson trying to reverse his field. Well defended by Atlanta. Oluokun there. Maybe a yard for Gibson, if that. Not much doing, though, for the running back from Memphis.
Atlanta's defense really tightening up on this run game and not giving away anything cheap. You could tell Dean Pease had a word with his defense and let them know at halftime, hey, guys, we got to tighten this up now. We're giving them too many freebies. Over the top in cover 2, silly penalties. We got to lock these guys down and make Taylor Heineke, make number 4 drop back and beat us. Get him into 3rd and longs. Get him into difficult situations.
On 2nd and 14, Lots of time for Heineke. He has to check it down. A flag is thrown. Gibson got hit as the ball arrived by A.J. Terrell. There's a flag in the secondary at the 35.
With the quarterback in the pocket, illegal contact. Defense, number 24. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
So with the quarterback in the pocket, the illegal contact, as Gibson is still down after this hit from A.J. Terrell.
And here's where you're looking, right here at the top of your screen. That little push. It's a little too far downfield, or?
And then that hit delivered by Terrell at the end. Gibson slow to get up afterwards.
Well, the flag came out before that, so I don't think it was the hit, although it
was the bump on
arrive
Samuel.
Yeah.
So first down and 10 after that illegal contact penalty, 31-yard line. In comes Jarrett Patterson now after the 6th Atlanta penalty.
Hey, Mike's 4-5, Mike.
Heineke off play action. Checks down to Patterson. Patterson out of block, and good work by Patterson leaning forward to get the first down. A pickup of 11 as we go to Los Angeles and Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Giants
in New Orleans return home from the 42-yard line, first down and 10. There's Patterson again. And the young man who ended up at the University of Buffalo, grew up a die-hard Washington football team fan in Glendale, Maryland. He and his twin brother, James, both played football at Buffalo.
And look at the defense here for Atlanta. Number 35, Avery Williams is in. Rookie out of Boise State, more of a return specialist and more of a special teams ace, but they're having him play in the box just like a linebacker. He's right here on your screen.
Gibson back out there. Second down, Heineke in some trouble, but look at the open field in front. Heineke will slide for the first down into Atlanta territory at the 45. 10-yard scamper for Heineke.
And these are the kind of plays Scott Turner talked about at the end of, during our conversation this week when we sat down with him. He said these are the kind of plays when we go deep play action strikes that got away from Taylor last week. He tried to force the ball downfield. He tried to do a little too much, and he reminded him, hey, listen, every shot we call doesn't mean you have to take it down the field. There's nothing wrong with using your legs and letting this defense drop out into their zones and go take a couple yards with your legs.
Yeah, Taylor said that was one of the things he learned the most from 2018, that this is a complimentary league. It's okay to take the check down. Flag is down. Heineke rumbling his way down near the 40-yard line, and we'll wait and see what the flag says after a 5-yard run. Maybe a formation penalty against Washington.
Illegal formation, offense. Number 78 had reported as an eligible receiver and was covered up by number 17. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So McLaurin covering up Cornelius Lucas. Now, when they had been bringing in an extra lineman earlier, it had been Wes Schweitzer, but Schweitzer's been pressed into duty with the injury to Brandon Sheriff, so it all kind of trickles downhill.
It's just a trickle-down effect right there, but how about Grady Jarrett on that last play? I mean, he's just shot out of a cannon, ran right by number 79, the left guard, Eric Flowers, and was all over Heineke before that thing got started.
And on first down and 15, how about that penetration from Dante Fowler? Nowhere to go.
And Dean Pease said, hey, this guy's a game wrecker. We got him. I mean, he came out of Florida, and it's been a little quiet here in Atlanta, but this is what he needs from him. He needs him to set the edge in the run game to be stout. But if they're not going to block him, I mean, what do we say on that right side? Without Sheriff, Sam Cosme, he's got a lot of work to do up top. It looked like there was some miscommunication because you can't leave number 6, Dante Fowler, free like that. He's too fast. He's too physical. He'll blow up your run game like he just did.
2nd and 16 at the 49. Heineke backpedaling over the middle. There's McLaurin popping free for the first down.
Long developing play. We got to get some pressure up front if you're Atlanta. Can't give them this kind of time. Just a big hole in the middle of the defense, but when you got all day like that, it turns into 7-on-7, and you're just waiting for guys to pass through windows. Excellent job by Taylor Heineke, not getting skittish, not getting happy feet in the pocket, and delivering a strike.
From the 28 on first down, Heineke down the sideline, almost intercepted by Eric Harris. He's been so close twice today to a pick. That would have been a huge turnover.
Look at this, they're trying to fit a ball into cover 2. That ball's got to be on a rope, 18 to 22 yards. You can't lollipop that thing. And watch Heineke, gets a little cute, trying to hold his backside safety, feeling pretty good, tries to get a little pump fake in, and almost gets bit. Almost comes back to bite him right there. And Harris, that's 2 close interceptions that the Falcons, I know they'd love to have.
And McLaurin slow to get up after that play, now up and making his way to the sidelines. But you talk about a guy that this Washington offense just simply cannot afford to lose. Terry McLaurin, one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League. 6 catches, 104 yards, and a touchdown today. And here comes Curtis Samuel, trying to take over for his college roomie and provide a little bit of relief for Heineke.
Remember, they tried to take that shot on first down up the field, put him in a 2nd and long.
2nd down and 10. McKissick looks to pick his way forward.
And
let's go back to the play before, Mark.
Yeah, this is all they're running here is 4 verticals like this. Heineke tries to get cute and keep this safety off balance. But look where this running back is. He's got all the room underneath right there. When you get in the red zone, this is what we're talking about with Scott Turner. He said, hey, man, we're going to call 4 verticals, but I got to be able to trust you to know when that defense expands like that, when they get deep, when they have us covered, that's no problem at all. Dump it down to McKissick. Dump it down to Gibson. Get me some yards.
Ron Rivera told us yesterday, Taylor Heineke's got to be more aware of JD in certain situations. On 3rd down, pressure coming. Heineke throws. There's J.D. McKissick, aware of him there, and he gets the first down.
There he is. And number 35, Avery Williams, coming on a delay blitz over the slot. He's the one who forced Taylor Heineke outside. Excellent job finding his back and coming back from that 1st and 2nd down play. I mean, this is a great job bouncing back because a lot of quarterbacks can go in the tank right there. He knows he's going to get hit. He knows there's traffic. And he finds his running back. Nothing wrong with that, with those guys underneath, especially 41 McKissick. He can get you some yards after the catch.
Heineke off play action. There's Fowler in the backfield. Heineke gets away, lobs it in the end zone, and it's caught! It's a touchdown! McLaurin back on the field! And out of the scramble situation, he ends up with 6.
Wow, look at this. Boom, hits the play action. There's Fowler, like we're talking about, has a hand on him, and this is just an absolute prayer to McLaurin that gets answered. Way to stay alive. Look at Heineke, can't believe it. He was eyeing that thing down, trying to figure out, hey, are we going to get this? Or do I need to pop up on my feet and make a tackle? He sure lucked out right there. Now we got the 2-point conversion. Let's see what he can do. Nothing wrong using your feet to extend a play here.
2 missed extra points today. Go for 2 to tie, and movement by the right tackle, Samuel Cosme.
Rookie right tackle, rookie mistake.
False start. Offense number 76. We'll have the 2-point try from the 7-yard line.
You mentioned it, Mark. Without Brandon Sheriff in there, there's a lot more on the plate and on the mind of that youngster on the right side.
Oh, no doubt, and that changes the whole dynamic of this right side of the game. We saw the trickle-down effect with illegal formations. Now with the sloppy penalty, pre-snap penalties, there's no excuse for those. Those are just details and focus.
Movement up front. Maybe another chance if they don't get it.
Got a free play. Got to get this ball airborne.
Heineke directing traffic, and he throws it out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. But that flag down, that's offsides. They're going to get another chance at a 2-point try to tie this game.
Let's check out this offsides penalty. Just a tick early.
Dante Fowler.
Dante Fowler, yeah, he's got such a good jump. That's his strength. And he jumped the gun just a tick there.
Eric Harris is seated at the 9-yard line as the officials continue their conversation.
Defense, number 6. We will return the ball to the 2-yard line, mark off 5 for the false start, then go half the distance to the goal, to the 3.5-yard line for 2 points.
Now with all this chaos, all this disruption, we saw how Matt Ryan handled it. Right? It was an interception. No, it was a sack. No, it was a penalty. Boom, they get the ball back and he marches them down and scores and takes advantage of it. Now, Taylor Heineke, this thing's been an absolute roller coaster. Peaks and valleys, you name it, loops and everything. He gets a prayer here. This thing goes back and forth on the 2-minute or on the 2-point conversion. Now, can you focus in? Can you hone in? Can you block out all the noise and the distraction and get me 2 points right here? We got some yards back. Let's make it count. Oh, man, that was a prayer. I love it.
Taylor Heineke from his backside with a potential game-tying touchdown depending on this 2-point conversion. 3:52 to go in the fourth. This has just been such a wild game. Eric Harris, Terry McLaurin's got his second touchdown catch of the day. They're helping Harris off the field. Remember, a couple plays earlier in this drive, Harris had a chance at an interception that would have stopped the whole thing.
On this drive, on 2 drives ago, he had a chance down near the other end zone. And now he's out. Let's see what Washington has for us here. Like I said, nothing wrong with Taylor Heineke extending this play, getting him out on the run, a little sprint right option. Some sort of play where he could use his legs and threaten this defense as a runner.
Antonio Gibson, the running back. 2-point try for the tie. Heineke looking, throwing, too tall for Seals-Jones. It stays a 2-point game. 3:52 to go. Heineke unable to repeat the magic. Those loom rather large because these 2 missed extra points forced Washington to go for 2 after the touchdown.
That was a crazy play with Matt Ryan.
And then
got the penalty. And then this thing went back and forth. Heineke feeling the pressure. And what a play by Avery Williams. You see him, number 35 right there. He's a special teams ace. He's a returner. He's the one that they're looking for on special teams, not on defense. I know his mom, Pam Vise, is so proud watching this game. What a stud out of Boise State, making it to this level, fulfilling his dream, and making a big play on a 2-point conversion that keeps their lead 30-28.
2-point game, 3:52 remaining in the fourth. And here comes Matt Ryan. What a day he has had. 257 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, ball at the 25. Washington with 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning remaining. They're looking for a stop with 3:52 to go to get it back for a chance to win.
Other than one ball, really, that was an errant throw and a poor decision. He's had just a solid day.
On first down, Davis to the edge, loss on the play. Jonathan Allen with the tackle back at the 22.
And watch number 90, Montez Sweat, just slipped through this little crack on Pitts. Pitts has got to cover him down. He's really got to secure the edge right there, but Montez Sweat so quick off the edge. Pitts learning, hey man, to block these guys in the league, that's a serious task.
Davis with 12 carries today. 4 of those carries have gone for negative yardage. 2nd and 13. Here's Davis. Positive yardage here. Plowing forward to the 26-yard line as we go to Los Angeles. Check in with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Giants trailed by 11 late in the 4th. Got themselves into field goal range. Graham Gano, 48-yard field.
All right, Carissa, thanks very much. We've got a 2-point game here. Heineke hoping for one last shot at this one. Arthur Smith would love to run this clock out if he can. 3rd and 9 here will tell part of that tale. 10 for 15 today on 3rd down. 4-man rush sets it up for Davis. Davis looking for a block, cannot find it. Down at the 31-yard line. That ball came out. They're going to rule it down at the 31. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. And remember, Cameron Nizelek, the Atlanta punter, is not punting. And the only punt we've seen today from Younghoe Koo went 25 yards. Drama building in Atlanta. 2-point lead over the Washington football team. 2 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. And a backup punter about ready to punt away for Atlanta. Bonus coverage coming up when we're done here. Saints, Giants, time permitting, we'll get you to that. Overtime between those two teams. Cameron Nizelek injured earlier. Younghoe Koo, who did not punt at Georgia Southern, has punted once today for 25 yards thanks to the injury. Now punts it away here.
End over end.
And it'll bounce at the 38. Takes a nice Falcons hop. That is a home turf bounce for Younghoe Koo. 45-yard punt. And Taylor Heineke, one career game-winning drive in the 4th quarter and overtime. That came week 2 against the Giants. He's got a chance now for a second as he tries to lead Washington into, at the very least, field goal position for Dustin Hopkins, who, remember, has missed 2 extra points today.
And the formula for any successful 2-minute drive, you need a positive play on 1st down. At some point, you need a chunk play that's a run of over 15 or a pass of over 20, and you can't afford any penalties or turnovers.
From the 24, Heineke, short to McLaurin, incomplete. 1:43 to play in the 4th. 2 timeouts for Washington.
And you see Taylor Heineke, number 4 right there. He mouthed to his receiver, hey man, that's on me. Just poorly placed ball. These are the toughest ones to catch when you're running back at the quarterback and this thing hits him on the shoelaces. Those are the ones you need on 1st down, just to get you a positive play, give you a little momentum getting into this drive.
2nd and 10. Heineke with pressure coming. Backpedaling, throwing over the middle, open and caught. DeAndre Carter, and a 1st down to the 48-yard line. His first catch of the year. Gets 24 yards and a 1st down.
I think he heard me talking about those chunk plays. He knew that those can erase a negative 1st down play. Excellent job scanning the field, withstanding the pressure, hanging in the pocket, delivering a strike.
From the 48 on 1st down, pressure coming again. Heineke throws incomplete, in and out of the hands of McLaurin. Are they going to call it a catch and a fumble? The officials are still discussing, and the pass is incomplete. It's 2nd down.
There's the big catch over the middle. See Heineke just shuffle to his left to tick and give Carter right there a chance. And then this is the other one. Avery Williams again coming up big. He's the one who stopped that 2-point conversion. He's also the one applying pressure. Remember, these are reps that he didn't get in practice.
And they may be looking at this again.
The previous play is under review.
So they are going to look to see if this was a catch fumble by Terry McLaurin. There was a clear recovery on the play by Atlanta, which would mean basically almost the end of this game with only 2 timeouts left for Washington. Let's bring in Dean Blandino, who's watching alongside in our Fox studios. That's the real-time play. And you can see in real speed why that would be considered an incomplete pass.
And they nailed it on the field. They're in an empty formation, but watch these guys close to the line of scrimmage. Right here, the tight end, and up top, McKissick. They're just going to get a little rib meat of these big-time rushers on the edge right here. They got to get a little rib meat. Bam. Watch them chip before they get out into their route. So it's going to be a 3-man concept that turns into a 5-man concept.
2nd and 10. Falcons rush 4. Heineke throwing, caught, first catch for Adam Humphries, and Humphries out of bounds inside the 35 at the 33 with 1:06 to play.
Excellent route right here on this little throwback flood concept by Humphries, setting him up inside and then slamming on the brakes and getting back outside. Remember, that's Avery Williams in the slot there, playing a little secondary, playing a little big nickel really as a linebacker safety hybrid. He doesn't get a lot of these reps in practice, Kev. We were talking about that before the penalty. This is a crucial situation. These are the things you would have liked to rep in practice. Now he's playing, flying by the seat of his pants here, doing the very best he can and coming up big for his team.
On 1st down and 10, here's McKissick. And McKissick tripped up at the 29 by Stephen Means. Taylor Heineke trying to return home. He grew up in suburban Atlanta and looking to stun the home team with a come-from-behind win. Dustin Hopkins continuing his warm-up, 4 career game-winning field goals. The last time came in week 2 against the Giants when a penalty gave him a second chance to kick that game winner, and Atlanta now using its timeouts. Let's take you back to week 2. There was a penalty initially on the field goal by Hopkins. It was no good, but the movement up front gave a second chance to Washington, and Hopkins didn't miss the second time.
And all those kicks, the miss, the make, the 2 misses today, I mean, they're hugging that right upright. Everything's gone right for D. Hop. Let's see if he can correct that.
2nd and 6. McKissick trying to get to the edge. He cannot. Good tackle by Stephen Means. It'll bring up 3rd down. Let's check in once more with Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Kevin. Panthers trailed by 22 entering the 4th. Darnold to DJ Moore, 8-yard score.
Atlanta using its 2nd timeout a moment ago.
And it's coming down to the wire. These kicks are going to be so important. Late in the ball game, you don't think about them early, but this one was wide right. He had another one go wide right. And it's the details in this last drive here, this 3rd down. Guys, remember, we don't need a 1st down. We can kick this thing from here. We'd like to get a little more room for our kicker, but no struggling for extra yards, no putting the ball in harm's way. We got to be very sharp.
3rd and 7. Heineke all day to throw. Nobody open. Now McKissick pops free, and he found him. McKissick runs through the tackle, down the sideline. McKissick going airborne. J.D. McKissick soaring to the goal line, and he's out of bounds inside the 1. No, it's a touchdown.
Wow.
The officials confer, and it is 6 for Washington, and they take the lead.
What a jump. Holy moly.
This is a hard one to tell. He goes airborne.
I mean, that looks like Reggie Bush right there. Holy cow, he took off from like the 4 or 5 yard line. Wow.
Every scoring play is reviewed, so they're going to look at this one for sure.
And I'm curious what Dean says about the goal line, because the goal line goes around the entire world, right? That line stretches all the way around the entire world, so I'm curious, 1, his angle on it, and 2, his thoughts on where they got a chance. Look at that, taking off from the 4. Wow.
Well, J.D. McKissick going airborne.
And
it's called a touchdown on the field as McKissick soaring to the goal line for the score. We want to welcome those of you who've been watching Dallas, Carolina. We also want to welcome in what we've seen from our replay angles.
Yeah, exactly. And I've been in this position trying to make these calls, and you're trying to piece angles together. And ultimately, if it doesn't jump out, you got to go back to the ruling on the field. And this does feel like a stands in this situation.
All right, Dean Blandino in Los Angeles, thank you so much. Atlanta had been using its timeouts on defense, anticipating a field goal try for Washington and a chance to get the football back with time on the clock. Now they only have one timeout left, and they may need to mount a touchdown drive. Here comes our referee, Clay Martin, with a ruling.
After review, the ruling on the field does stand.
And watch this play. Kev, I mean, we talk about the ultimate street football player. In their quarterback, Taylor Heineke, everybody's coming across the screen to his left-hand side. Everything's working to the left. Look at this. All these receivers working to the left of your screen. He slowly gets out to the left and throws this thing back across his body, across the whole field, over all those defensive linemen. Not the way you draw it up, but Taylor Heineke, hey man, if nothing's open, run to the blue Cadillac and turn around.
Now a two-point try. McKissick buried in the backfield by Dante Fowler. But McKissick, 5 catches, 44 yards, all in the fourth quarter. And Taylor Heineke, watch his eyes here.
And this was dangerous. Look, he looks at his first number 1 on the backside of 3x1. His X receiver, no good. Everything's coming back into his vision. Boom, he's going through 2, 3, 4. Oh boy, we got pressure up the middle. I got to move. I got to buy some time. And watch this. Okay, wait, where's my check down? I got a contingency plan. Hey, McKissick, what did I say? Find that blue Cadillac, buddy. Turn around, park it, and I'll get you the rock. You do the rest. Incredible job. And Jones is on him. I mean, he's essentially covered. These are the plays. You don't practice that. You know, you can't prepare for that when it's Jones. That's just some street football and 2 guys knowing each other and making a play.
The only time you prepare for that is when you're 8 years old playing football on the corner lot.
Unbelievable. Sometimes, Kev, it comes down to the Johnnies and Joes, not the X's and O's. I guarantee that's not the way they drew it up, but they'll take it.
So now Matt Ryan, with 33 seconds to go and 1 timeout, will have to go to work down 4.
I mean, this is, if anybody in the league can do it, it's got to be somebody like Matt Ryan. With all of his experience, we saw Aaron Rodgers do it last week and crush Jimmy Garoppolo's dreams after it looked like he won it. Under 40 seconds to go. These are some of your toughest situations, but he's going to need a couple of chunk plays. Thankfully, they have 1 timeout, but they got to get this thing in the end zone. Down 4. They can't just settle for a field goal. This is a huge drive and an awfully tall task with 75 yards to go.
And 33 seconds with a timeout to work with. 34-30, Washington leading. Matt Ryan facing 4-man pressure. Ryan floats it up to Ridley with the catch. Ridley down at the 46-yard line, and the timeout is used with 22 seconds to go in the ball game.
Well done, well done. Now look for Washington to get on the outside. Watch, they're just running a deep dig route to Calvin Ridley. They're going to flush out the inside, let everybody run out, and let Ridley just run his in route, get behind the coverage. Collins right there almost got into that window. But Matt Ryan trusting his guy, letting him go up and get that. Great job putting it on the right spot in between the hash and the numbers. Now watch Washington, get towards the sideline because they know they need to get this clock stopped, right? You probably have 1 completion left in the middle, in between the numbers. Other than that, they're going to have to get the ball to the sideline to kill the clock.
26 seconds to play. Ryan batted down. Spiked to the turf by Kendall Fuller as he tried to find Calvin Ridley. 23 seconds remaining.
And the idea here is to get somewhere near maybe the 30, 35, or just inside of that, so you can run one of your deep red zone plays, right? You'd rather not settle for a Hail Mary. You'd rather get a concept thrown where you can try and put one defender in conflict and make him decide and let Matt Ryan try and win you the game with a great decision and a great throw. But this is tough sledding now.
Washington with an injured player, Jonathan Allen, slow to get up and being helped to the sidelines using a second timeout. Washington's forced to use that second timeout with the injured player. So they have one remaining. Gives Atlanta a chance to regroup a bit with 23 seconds remaining in the fourth and a 2nd and 10. Talked with both coaches, Arthur Smith and Ron Rivera both talked about how important this game was. 2-2 feels a whole lot different than 1-3. And for Washington, tough road ahead. New Orleans, Kansas City, Green Bay, and Denver on the road to close out the month of October. They're up 4.
Got to get a completion. They got to get up and spike this thing.
Matt Ryan, pressure coming from Young, able to step away. Now he's going to run, and Matt Ryan breaking tackles inside the 40, slides down. Got to hurry. Got to hurry. Clock running, 10 seconds and counting.
Got one more play. Delay a game on the defense. Look at that.
Ball got knocked free, still loose. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and Matt Ryan spikes the football with 1 tick left on the clock.
Did you see Deron Payne right there? I mean, talk about taking his time, getting up, hitting the ball around. This is well executed by Deron. Look at him. He's in no rush. He's just holding on to the football, milking it. That's a guy that went to Alabama. That's a guy who knows from Nick Saban what these situations are all about.
Well, here's what I know. You weren't laughing when you were in the position of the quarterback and the guy's ripping the ball away from you.
You're trying to get that big guy off you, and you got no chance. I mean, he outweighs you by 100 pounds. Well played by him.
Here's your ball game, and a timeout is used first by Washington, their final timeout. So we are out of timeouts in this game. 34-30. Big thank you today to our producer, Mark Titleman, our director, Greg Scopatoni. Jordan Wolf, our associate director, is heading out from our crew after this game. This will be his last time with us for a while. You know Jordan Wolf.
Oh,
yeah. He's
sorry.
Yeah, don't look so surprised. I wasn't breaking news to you. We've enjoyed having Jordan with us the first 4 weeks of the year. Michael Nathanson, our technical producer, Xavier Garcia, and Oliver Moody, our broadcast associates. Falcons' upcoming schedule, they've got the Jets in London and then the bye before they come back home to take on the Dolphins.
A home loss, and then you got to go play in London. That doesn't sit too well. Watch this bunch set formation down here, and watch one of these receivers trying to converge all down on this right-hand side. Give Matt Ryan an opportunity.
Here we go. Matt Ryan will step up, floating it for the end zone. Ball in the air, deflected away. Kendall Fuller got a hand on it to swat it clear. And Washington comes from behind to get a 34-30 road win in Atlanta. Knocked away from Hayden Hurst. We've got more to come from Atlanta. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.